This is probably the toughest video I've ever had to make. But I'd like to apologize first off for my lack of videos as of late. But I do have a couple of reasons for that. Reason number one, I was recently in my school's production of Beauty and the Beast. And as I got cast as the Beast, the lead role in the show, or one of the two lead roles in the show, that meant that I didn't have time to film anything, as that was the week of the show, the first week that I took off. So that's reason number one. Reason number two, and this is the main reason why I'm putting this video on YouTube. This is going to be the main focus of the video as well. A 16-year-old girl named Leah was killed in an accident involving a go-kart in Florida. Now, this girl went to New Hyde Park Memorial High School. That's my school. And Leah was my friend. Now, this is going to be the central focus of the video because as a man that knew Leah, I can tell you for a fact that she was definitely one of the nicest people I've ever met. She is one of the sweetest, one of the kindest. She always seemed like that girl that would come in all day, every day. She would always have a smile on her face. She was one of those people. So, in fact, this wristband that I'm wearing right now is actually a tribute to her. And she always said this quote, "Make every second count." So that's one thing she always said. But I have a couple of stories to tell. One in which this is an example of her being nice, this first story. But the second story is kind of something that happened after what happened to Leah. So first, the example of her being a really nice person. Her cousin pitches in the MLB. His name is Jason Grilli. At one point, he played for the Atlanta Braves, so that meant he was going to be in town quite a bit as a result of the fact that Braves are the rivals of the Mets, who are in Queens. So I told Leah one day before she went to the game to tell her cousin that I said hi. And she got him to sign a baseball for me. Well, you don't believe me? Here's my proof right here. This is the proof that she actually got him to sign this baseball for me. And now I guard this thing with my whole heart. So that's story number one. Story number two. We decided to hold a vigil for Leah a couple of days after this tragic accident. And one of the Spanish teachers in the school, Miss Salcedo, sent out a tweet to the singer Haley Steinfeld to try and get her to show up at the service. Now, at first, I didn't really have too much hope for this. I mean, I was behind it all the way, but I didn't have too much hope because at the time, Haley was in Portugal. She was on tour with Katy Perry. So I was thinking, okay, I'm behind this, but we'll see. You know, I was kind of in one of those moods about this. The tweet gained over 1,000 retweets by the end of the day. So during rehearsal, actually, Leah's cheer squad, she was a cheerleader, her squad got contacted by Z100, and they said that they were going to try and get Haley Steinfeld to show up. So I'm saying to myself, oh, okay, this might happen. We might get Haley Steinfeld here. We'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. A couple of hours go by. We go to the vigil. And after a couple of people speak, Dr. Faccio, our principal, introduced Haley Steinfeld. She showed up. That was probably the most emotional thing I've ever seen. Probably the greatest thing I've ever seen a pop star do, to be honest with you. I was there. As a result of this appearance by Haley Steinfeld, we were all over the national news. We were on Clever News, who actually told the story. And all the while, I was just sitting there hoping that they would mention Leah, and they did. At least Clever News did. But Haley was apparently supposed to perform 2 songs, and she could only perform one because of how emotional. She just started crying. This thing ended up being emotional. And you know what? That's fine. That's perfectly fine with me. Okay? And why I'm saying that is because it was emotional for all of us. I would be very hard pressed if she continued. I mean, it would have been a brave move, yeah. It would have been very brave. It would have taken a lot of guts to continue a performance like that. It's guts that even I wouldn't have had. So, either way, this is the reason why I'm posting this on YouTube instead of anywhere else, because I just want to make sure that this reaches Haley Steinfeld. Haley, even though I'm not as familiar with your catalog as most people are, I would just like to say, from one musician to another, thank you so much for what you did. That meant so much to all of us that knew her, and that knew her as a friend especially. What you did really, really meant a lot. It made a lot of us cry. Some of us smiled because they knew that some people were going to be comforted by the fact that Leah's favorite singer was there. That, of course, being you. Yeah, I mean, your performance, your appearance there meant so much to all of us, myself included. So, thank you. Thank you so much, Haley. And you know what? What happened to Leah, it taught me something that I just want to pass off to all of you guys that are watching right now. Those people that you are really close to, love them. You know, care for them a lot, okay? You take extra care of your family and friends, and I'll tell you why. You never know what's going to happen to them. God forbid something like what happened here happened. Because, I'm saying this because this event, this tragic event, caused me to care more for my friends. And I've even made friends with some of Leah's friends who were still shocked by what happened. So, yeah, I mean, that's the lesson that I took away from this. And we even dedicated our show in Leah's loving memory. So, that's one thing that can happen. So I'd just like to wrap up this video by saying this. Leah, fly high, Leah. I'm really going to miss you. Thank you for being such a great friend to me and all those people that considered themselves your friend. You will truly be missed. All right, that's all I've got to say. Apologies once again for my lack of videos and or guitar covers. Sorry that today's video was not a guitar cover, but I really felt as if I had to address this. My next video will be sometime around the end of the month, I guess, when my band and I pay tribute to her with the song Give Me a Sign by Breaking Benjamin. So, yeah, that's all I got to say. Sorry again. Thank you for your time. And that's it. Take it easy.